Then ratio variable. What is the meaning of ratio variable? It is very similar to interval variable, but only one difference. The ratio makes the sense. It is the ratio. I got 100, you got 50. I got double the score than you. Right? So, it is the ratio that makes the sense. It is otherwise very similar to interval variable. For example, you have surveyed about the stress level on a scale of 0 to 10. Okay? Some guy is happy, some guy is sad, some guy is crying. A respondent with stress level of 10 is having double the stress experienced by a guy who has a stress level of 5. So, ratio makes the sense. So, age, height, weight, they're all the good example of ratio variable. That means a guy who is about 6 feet compared to a guy who is 3 feet, he is definitely double the height. So, it is quantifiable, you can order it, it has got an interval, but the ratio makes the sense. That is called the ratio variable is what you need to remember. Then comes the nominal variable. इसी को कहते हैं categorical variable. What is this? Typically, it is measured only in terms of whether individual item belong to certain distinct category. So, for example, apple, ठीक है, orange, ठीक है, banana. What are you doing in this? You are bringing all apples and putting into the apples. All apples are apple is a nominal variable. Orange is also a nominal variable. Can you tell that this apple is bigger than this orange? You can't compare. So there is no order. Right? Then you can't perform an arithmetic, like you can't subtract an orange from apple or divide an orange from apple, or you can't do logical operations on the nominal data. Like you can't say apple is bigger, apple is sweeter than the orange. Can you? You can't. So nominal or categorical variables can only be measured in terms of whether individual items belong to a particular category. Now the best example is gender. Male, female. Nominal data. Similarly, marital status. Unmarried, married, divorced, widower. There are different categories. Different categories. That's a point you need to remember. Then comes the ordinal variable. Ordinal is also a nominal variable. Naam se hota hai, badnaam. So nominal variable. That means categorical variable. But the difference is, its different states are ordered in a meaningful sequence. It is a category, but a sequenceable category. That is called ordinal variable. Ordinal data has an order, but the intervals are uneven. They are not, unlike interval scale, where intervals are of equal. Ordinal data intervals are unequal, but they can be ordered. Ordinal is nothing but a nominal variable where different states of a given category fall under ordinal variable. For example, upper middle class is higher than middle class, but we cannot say how much higher. Hareko, there is always a more brilliant guy than us, there is always a richer guy than us, there is always an idiot than us, there is always a poorer guy than us. So comparisons really don't make any sense a good number of times in life. So doctor, upper middle is higher than middle, but we cannot say how much higher. So that is the reason you can't do arithmetic operations on ordinal variables, but you can do logical operations on ordinal variables. That's the point you need to remember. Once more tell me, ordinal variable is nothing but a categorical variable, but there are different states in that in a given category, so that you can order them in a meaningful sequence with uneven intervals. But you can't perform arithmetic operations, but you can perform logical operations. That's the point. Now a very good example, you have taken a questionnaire of the time involvement of the scientists in identifying a research problem. Somebody said very great, great, medium time, low time, very low time or nil time. So the time involvement in this, though it is a categorical one, it is an ordinal variable. That's what you need to remember. Now what is meant by dummy variable? A qualitative variable that at any point of time you can convert that into a quantitative variable, isko kehte hain dummy variable. For example, gender is a dummy variable, right? But you can be able to convert that into a female or male, then it can become 1 female, 2 females, 3 females, 5 females. But gender jo hota hai dummy variable, which is a qualitative variable which can be converted into a quantitative variable, is called a dummy variable. So फटाफट बोलो डॉक्टर, nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale and ratio. समझ में आ गया ना? Now, can you do ordering? No sir. In nominal we cannot. In ordinal, interval, ratio, we can be able to do order, higher order, middle order, lower order, lowest order. Now, is there any distance between successive numbers, intervals? They are there in interval scale and ratio scale. Then, are the intervals between successive ranks are equal? Yes sir, that is only there in interval scale and ratio scale. Is there any 0 point? There is no 0 point in nominal. In ordinal and interval it is arbitrary, but there is an absolute 0 in case of ratio scale, right? Now, what is the best example of nominal? Gender, social class. Then battery, shoes, they are all ordinal. Temperature, IQ, they are interval. Age and weight, they are the ratio scales. You have to be 100% sure, doctor. एक बार आपके रूममेट के साथ बैठ के एक मर्तबे you have to do a bit of brainstorming. Very good to see 56 online students, doctor. Please drop a line in all your WhatsApp study groups. Inform everybody. that live class has started. Just drop a line in your WhatsApp study groups so that others also can join. So, doctor, nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio, you have to be very sure, right? Now, yes. Yeah. Now, what is the best way to plot the change of incidence of the disease over a period of time? Come on, punch your answers, doctor. Let me see. You want to plot the change of incidence of the disease over a period of time. Which one do you choose? Come on, let me check how good you are doing. Sarah Khan is saying Ogaiv. Maran is saying scatter. Satya alone. Satya bol rahe. Very good, Satya. Rampal Singh. Proud of you guys. Line chart.